Welcome, guys, to the daily analysis for February 25th. Over the last couple days on the larger time frames, nothing has really changed. All right. Things are still the same that we had discussed in the weekly watch list. Price hasn't tested 594 area or 618 area. So on the larger time frames, we are still in that consolidation where we have been since February 3rd. What about on smaller time frames? On the smaller time frames, when we had failed to break below 594 and then going into the weekend, we had gotten to this flat 50 HMA. I had mentioned that the market is trying to get to the other end of the range, most likely to the 616 to 618 area. So we are slowly making our way there. For yesterday, our game plan was pretty simple. This was our neutral territory. 600 area was your major support. We had said very clearly that as long as this holds, the path of least resistance or the bias would be for higher. Only below this can you be bearish, and above 603 was our bullish for our bullish bias for 606 and 609. So you guys can see yesterday morning we held that 600, broke above 603, got to our targets of 606 and 609. So overall, things played out exactly as we had anticipated. Now we have been in this range of 610 to 600 since Wednesday. So obviously that 610 is going to be our major level for today, right? That's where price is gapping up right now. So in the pre-market right now, price is at the 610.40 area. As long as we hold above 610, the bias is bullish for today. The targets above will be 613 and then 616 to 618 area, which we are all too familiar with. What about on the downside? Today, our neutral area is between 610 and 606. All right. So any downside, if you're looking for any bearishness, it has to be below 606. Below 606, we probably retest 603 and then 600. So those are your levels for the downside. What about SPY? Now, before we go to SPY, one thing I do want to mention in terms of context, we all know after close today is NVDA earnings. Could it be like one of those days where you have some activity in the morning session and then we just chop and wait for the major event? That is strictly a possibility. So don't get, even if you're in the bullish or bearish bias for today, don't get too aggressive. Don't try to hold for the full trend. Just assume that after some volatility in the morning, market might have a tendency to start consolidating, waiting for the big event of NVIDIA. All right, just something to keep in mind for the dynamics of today. If we are still in scalp season, I know yesterday was very good in terms of individual action, but QQQ is still not close above the 9-week moving average. We are still in the same range where we have been since February 3rd. So we still have to keep that mindset of the scalp season. All right, now let's move to SPY. SPY